We go. Just tuck your heel into the arch of your foot and spin round. So 10 toes are pointing forwards. And we're just going to settle into that triangle, big toe, little toe, and around the cup of the heels. Soften your knees, lift the crown of your head. Let's take a little roll of the shoulders off the back and let your shoulder blades slide down your back in a V. Draw your chin in, your ponytail back against the wall behind you, and draw as much of your spine against that wall as you can. Let's just find our breath. So begin to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth if it's there for you. But if you want to nose breathe, that's fine too. So let's find that breath and maybe just soften your eyes for a moment. We're going to start to shoulder roll through each breath. Inhale, draw the shoulders forwards, upwards. Exhale, roll them back and release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Let's take it into an arm circle. Inhale it all the way up. Exhale it back. Oh, little crunchy bits. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's take that arm circle forwards now. So draw the hands back, up, over. Just take note of whether your hands are level as they come past your line of vision. See if you can adjust it. If not, some of you have got issues with your shoulders, so it ain't going to happen today, but it might do soon. Let's float those arms down by your sides. Come up and over through your exhale. Inhale, release it. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, release. Try and just draw your top ear towards your arm, so you're not letting your head drop. We're just drawing a line with the spine. Good. One last one. Up and over. And then float it out to crucifix. And as you do so, soften your knees, turn the palms of your hands forwards. And we're going to fix everything from the belly button down in place. And exhale, rotate. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, rotate. Try and stack the crown of your head over your pelvis. So it's as though you're spinning with everything in contact with the pole. Come back through center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, rotate it. Inhale, bring it back. Release those arms. Take a little shoulder roll and a shake out. And then just draw an ear down towards the shoulder. Roll your chin. Cross your sternum, other ear to the other shoulder. Exhale. Inhale. One last one here. Draw the crown of the head up to the ceiling. Again, roll those shoulders off your back. Just take a twist as though your chin's on a shelf. You're going to come back through center and twist out the other way. Back through center and twist. And back and twist it out. Release your fingers down in front of your leggings. Draw your chin down towards your sternum. We're just going to round through the upper back. So I want you to pull the base of your sternum in towards you and just slide your fingers down towards your kneecaps. And then we're going to inhale, draw it all the way back up. So we're just working into the upper back. Neck, thoracic spine, release. Draw it all the way back up. Round it down. Separate the shoulder blades and draw it all the way back up. So this time we're going to take it all the way down into a forward fold. So I want you to find that rounding and then just let your arms hang away from your body. Let's take a deep breath in here. We've got soft knees. We're going to round down between the rib cage and the waistband. We're breathing out as we go. We might be breathing in somewhere along the line. Let's take another deep breath out and release right down into our tailbone. Take your fingers to your elbows here. If you're happy, if you're not happy in fold, come out and come back in when you're ready to. We're going to bend one knee and twist away from the bent knee. Come back through center and the other knee, twist away from the bent knee. Once you see where you're going, let your head go. Let your head relax. And twist, and twist. Let's take one more to each side. The pelvis is moving. That lower back's really opening. There's a little bit of rotation. Release your fingertips down to the floor. Take one more deep breath in here. And we're going to breathe out and roll all the way up through spine. So you're restacking your vertebrae. Your arms hang heavy. Ooh, let's take those arms all the way up to the ceiling. And just follow your fingers with your eyes. And then release them all the way back down. We're going to do one more fold. So inhale, just move with breath. Exhale, roll down through spine. Release those fingertips all the way down to the floor. Lift the tailbone. Take a deep breath in here and then breathe out. Roll it all the way back up. Fingertips to ceiling, eyes to fingers. Woo! Let's release those arms out. Give them a little shake out and come into a bit of balance work. So peel one heel off the floor and then just lift your knee up and release it back down. So peel the heel, lift the knee up. Let's stay on the same side. Doesn't matter which side. Peel it up. You probably pick your good side first. We'll do. One more. Exhale it all the way up. Inhale it back down. So option now to spin the ankle, tapping it on the floor, or lift the knee and spin that ankle. One way and the other. Aha. Toes to floor. Open that knee out. Bring it back in. Open it out. Bring it back in. Awesome. Lift the knee up if you wish to. You can come into a balance. Open out. Release it in. Open it out. Release it in. One more time. Open out. Release it in. Let's spin the ankle back to the floor. Let's spin the other ankle because it's probably a little bit chatty now. Come back into your balance. Regroup. Lift the crown of your head. Draw belly button in towards your backbone. Bring that t-shirt back against the wall behind you and just float the knee up in the air. Let's float it up. Good. For two more. Exhale, up. Inhale it back down. Exhale it up. Inhale it back down. And then toes to mat or knee up in the air as you spin the ankle one way and the other. Ooh, little bit of concentration. Toes to mat, open that knee out and release it. Or come into your balance and open and close. There's your exhale. So if you fix your eyes on something that's not moving, it should help you balance. One last one. Come back to center, spin the ankle, bring the toes back to the floor, take a little shake out. We're going to start off on our bellies this morning. So bring yourself all the way down onto your mat, on your belly, and rest your head on your hands. So your forehead comes to the back of your hands. We're going to separate our legs. They're hip width apart. I want you to push down through the palms of your hands. Just find your breath, draw your belly button away from the mat, push down into the mat through both legs. So you almost feel your pelvis lift off the mat. And we're going to exhale and float the leg that's nearest the screen up in the air. Pelvis stays on the mat. Inhale, draw it back down. Lengthen through the toes, reach them to the wall behind you. Change legs. Exhale, pick it up. Soften those shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Leg number one. Inhale it back down. Leg number two. So push down through the leg that's on the mat to facilitate that elevation in the leg that's floating up in the air. Let's go. Leg number two. So option now to pick up your ponytail. Push down into the forearms. Draw the front of your t-shirt away from the mat. We're going to exhale, pick up leg number one, but we're also going to pull it away from the midline as we inhale, back to the midline as we exhale, back to the mat as we inhale. So 2 breath movement. Leg number two, we pick it up. We pull it away from the midline. We pull it back to the midline. We draw it back in. I'm going to turn around a bit. So pick it up, pull away, draw back in, and release. Pick it up, pull it away, draw it back in, and release it. Let's do 2 more sets. Pick up, pull away, draw back in, release. Exhale. Inhale. Breathe out. Breathe in, one more set. Stay with it if you can. Pick it up. Take a rest if you need to. Pull it back in. Release. Leg number 2. Pick up. Pull away. Draw back in. Release. Hands under shoulders. Ooh, come up onto hands and knees and very, very gently send your bottom back towards your heels. Let's take a little wiggle here to release off. And then come back onto your belly. Stretch the wall arm away from you and reach your screen hand back for your screen foot. We're going to take hold of it. If you can't reach it, maybe grab the back of your legging. And if you can't reach it at all, just pull it in. So you're reaching your toes, your heel towards your bottom. But if you can, you take hold of it. And if you've got the range, you take hold of the ankle. Turn the palm of the wall hand down to the mat and push down into it. We're going to take an exhale. We're going to pick up the front of that screen leg and roll the screen shoulder off the back. And inhale, draw it back down. Exhale, pick it up. Inhale, back down. Exhale, pick up. Inhale, back down. Let's do one more. Let's exhale. Pick it up. Inhale, release it back down. Guess where we're going now? So the screen arm reaches long. The wall hand reaches back. One side might be easier than the other. So let's hope this is the good side. Let's go. Let's pick up that ponytail. Let's roll the shoulder off the back. And pick up. And release. Breathe out. 2, 3. Breathe into it. Exhale it up. Inhale it back down. See if you can keep hold of that foot now. We're going double if we can. So same hands as same foot. That might be enough for you. Just lying there with the front of your hips really opening. If it's there for you, you're going to pick up and release it back down. Pick it up. Release it back down. Pick it up. That's 3. Let's do one last one. We got this. Woo! Release. Hands come under the shoulders. Up onto hands and knees. And just sit it back. Take a little wiggle out. And then tuck your feet underneath you. And come seated. And then we're going to lie down. We're going to find full body stretch now. So have a think what we've just done in our back body. We're going to do the same in our front body now. Kind of looks very different there because we've got better range in our hips in flexion and we have an extension. So take the arms to the ceiling, bring them down by your side so your thumbs brush the side of your leggings and then just put your thumbs on the edge of your mat. Separate your legs so they're hip width apart. Settle your rib cage. Draw your screen foot in towards your bottom. Reach it up to the ceiling. Float it away. The wall leg, draw it in. And reach it away. So option to repeat like that, or you pick up straight leg. As you exhale, you inhale, you reach it away. Stay balanced in the pelvis. We're going to pick up. We're going to reach it away. Screen leg, pick it up. Soften those shoulders. Push your hands away from you so your collarbones open, your chest softens. And pick up. So we've now got our TikTok movement to add, which we did on our backs. We're going to pick up the screen leg. We're going to open it out towards the screen, but the pelvis stays on the mat. We exhale it back in. We inhale it down to the mat. So wall leg, exhale, up, inhale, tick, exhale, tuck, inhale, release it back to the mat. We've got 3 more sets to do. Let's pick it up, open it out, Stay in your shoulders, stay on your pelvis. So we're not lifting the pelvis off the mat, it stays anchored. Pick it up, really sit back down. 2 more each side, let's pick up. Let's open. Let's release. And float it back to the mat. Pick it up. Open it out. Release it. Back to the mat. Last set. Pick up. Open it. Release it. All the way back down. Extend it up to the ceiling. Open it out. Draw it back to center. And all the way back down. Let's walk those feet in. 1, 2. Bring our knees to our belly. 1, 2. And just draw little circles on the ceiling with your knees. Circles in the opposite direction. Take one hand to each knee now and separate them so your big toes stay together. So you're drawing 2 circles all the way. You're drawing a figure of 8 now. We've got frog legs. So the knees come into the belly, they separate, go round down to the bottom of the circle and back up. Let's take it back the other way. Circle. Beautiful. Woo! We got funky circles. So we're going to do single leg circle now, but we're going to make it a little bit more challenging. We've got our thumbs to the mat. We've got the wall leg sitting on the mat with the knee bent. The other leg's up in the air. You're going to straighten it if you can. If it's bent like that, that's fine. I want you to extend it as much as you can. So you're going to draw that circle in the air. Scoop it out, round, and back up. Scoop it out, round, and back up. Scoop out, round, back up. One more in this direction. Scoop it out, round, and back up. Here's the challenge now. You're going to change direction. You can leave this foot on the floor, or you can bring that leg up to tabletop. Now it gets a little bit more tricky because you're going to hold that leg still. We're going to take the circle in the opposite direction. Scoop it out, round, back up for 2. For 3. Beautiful. For 4. And yes, those hip flexors are having a good old chat. Let's bring both knees into the belly. Give them a little hug, a little rock from side to side. That screen foot comes down to the mat. Comes down at hip width, not into the center of your body. Make sure it's reaching out of the hip. It's on the floor in line with your hip. Your wall leg straightens. You take it away from the midline. You scoop it down round. Pick it back up for 2. Exhale. Inhale. Think about your rib cage. Think about your collarbones. 3. Woo. 4. Beautiful. So foot can stay on the floor, or if you want to take the challenge, we come back up to tabletop. We take that circle in the opposite direction. It'll probably shrink because we're holding this leg still. We've lost our stability. 2. 3. How much fun are you having? 4. Awesome. 2 knees into the belly. Little wiggle from side to side. And then we're going to come back to taking our knees wide. We're going to reach our hands between our thighs and pick up our heads and reach for our feet. I want you to draw your feet in towards you. And with your arms, you separate your knees. So we've got a little hip stretch going on. You're going to reach your eyebrows towards your feet now. And then release a little bit. See if you can rock from here up to seated. If it's not there for you, come into rolling like a ball and bring yourself up to seated. Otherwise, we're in seal.
Susie, your sunshine has blocked our view.
Ah.
It's lovely, but we can't see anything very much.
Thank you.
That's still like it.
Yeah, no, we're just going to shut the shutters.
Ah, perfect. Sorry.
Beautiful. Beautiful sunshine, though.
It is.
My man has just gone to shut the shutters, so I'm just going to carry on.
That's what everyone needs, a man, to do things like that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Right. So we're in our little seal. You just wanted a rest, really, didn't you? Merci.
Yeah.
Hands to feet. Just draw the crown of your head down towards your feet. Bring it into a little stretch. You might find it easier to take your hands over the top of your feet now and just pull down. We're just opening those hips out. We've had a little bit of a battering the first few minutes. So we're coming into seal or rolling like a ball now. Option to bring your hands to your hamstrings and roll here. Or we've got our hands between our thighs, outside our feet. We pick our feet up and we roll like a ball, but in that position. In seal, you tap, tap, and you come back up, hopefully into a balance, and tap, tap those big toes. So we tuck the tailbone under, roll down through spine, come back up to seated, tap it down, roll it back up. Let's do 3 more, because it's too much fun. Woo! If we come back up again. Last one. Then you're going to bring your legs out into a beautiful V. Let's find a little stretch. So come down through the centre first of all, into spine stretch. Toes to ceiling if it's there for you. Knees bent if you need to, but beautiful straight spine. And you could sit on a block here if you need to, or a cushion. Lift through the crown of the head. Take a big breath in and open through the back of the neck. And then exhale, roll down through spine. Remember that movement through your rib cage to start off with, and then between the rib cage and the waistband. Take a deep breath in that fold. And then exhale, roll it all the way up. We're going to twist over our screen leg. So one hand either side of that leg. The sternum points down the center of the leg. We take a spine stretch here. We inhale. Exhale, slide the hands away. Either side of the leg. The crown of the head's coming down just below the kneecap. But the wall hip stays on the floor. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Roll it all the way up. With the sternum still pointing down the leg. Come back down the center. So we twist back to center. Thumbs connect. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath in that fold. And then exhale. Roll all the way up from your tailbone. Up to the crown of your head. Soften your shoulders, lift. Little twist to the wall leg. One hand either side of it. Lift through the crown of the head. Find length. And then round down through the back of the neck. Exhale. Inhale in that fold. Exhale, roll it all the way back up. We're going one more round. So through the center, breathe in, breathe out. Reach those fingers away. Your intention is to bring the crown of your head down to the mat. We're taking a deep breath in. We're breathing out. And then all the way back up. Shoulders soften. T-shirt comes back against that wall, ponytail. Screen leg. Inhale, exhale, move with breath. Anchor down through both sits bones. Inhale in that fold. Exhale, come all the way back up. Back to center. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale, beautiful. All the way back up, long spine. Wall leg. Inhale, last one here. Exhale. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Roll it up. So last one down through the center. Inhale. Round down through the back of the neck. Exhale. Round down through spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Draw those fingers back towards you. Restack your vertebrae. All the way up. So let's take our hands behind us. Let's draw those legs in front of us. One knee bent if you need to. Otherwise, push down into the heel of your hands and lift the front of your body. Otherwise, you've got one knee bent. We're lifting up. We're going to hold that. Eyes forwards. Push the floor away. Breathe. This isn't here for you. Come into full body stretch. If you've got one leg bent, come down and switch legs. If you can stay here, you're going to stay here and breathe and smile. Then very, very gently roll down. Release. Tailbone to the mat. Let's take our hands either side of our legs, come into a fold, and then draw those hands either side of the legs and come all the way down onto the mat into full body stretch. Reach those fingertips long away from you. A couple of circles of breath here. Really let that front body open. Then gently separate your legs so they're hip width apart. We're going to float the arms over the shoulders. The palms are looking at the wall in front of us as we pull our elbows wide, both. So the elbows are at shoulder height. We're in a little tin soldier position. Push down through the back of the arms now. We're going to push down through the back of our legs too. So we're really active. Make sure both legs are doing the same thing. I want you to take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, float your fingers up to the ceiling. And as you do so, turn the palms of your hands to look at each other. We're going to reach through the fingertips. We're going to pick up our ponytail. We're going to look down between our feet. There's our exhale. As we inhale, we turn the palms to the wall in front. We roll down through the back of the t-shirt, and we bring our elbows back down to the mat. So let's exhale it up. Inhale. Back down. As you exhale up, bring your toes to your nose. Inhale, reach them away. And the elbows come wide. We've done 3. We're going to do 5 more. Let's go. Exhale it up, toes to nose. Front of the legs really working. Front of the body, drawing in. Let's go. Exhale up. Inhale it away. How much of the back of your t-shirt can you peel off that mat? Breathe. 3 more. Pull down through the back of those elbows. Really connect with your mat or your carpet, depending on what you're lying on. Breathe it out. Breathe it back in. Reach the toes away, lengthen. Last one. Breathe it out. Breathe it back in. Single leg stretch. So shake out those hands, walk the feet in. Pick up your feet, 1, 2. Let's take a little knees to belly, eyebrows to knees. And then keep hold of the screen shin. Send the wall leg up to the ceiling. Bring your head to the mat for a moment and just send your wall hand down just above your ankle and your screen leg. We're going to open the wall leg out so it points to the seam between the ceiling and the top of the wall. We're going to pick up that ponytail if it's there for us. Really draw that knee in and really reach the long leg away. Soften through the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Switch. Exhale. Hold it. Just find your balance now. Find your hand position. Have a look. Has that foot disappeared from view? It should have done. Otherwise, you've got a little twist in the hips. So we're going to take an inhale here. Move with breath. Exhale. Reach it away. Inhale. Exhale. Head and shoulders stay pretty much still. Breathe in. Breathe out. Find precision. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Really reach long out of that long leg. Don't let it dip too far. Last set. Knees to belly, head to mat, single leg stretch, double leg stretch. Hands point to the feet. We send the hands and legs up to the ceiling. We fold them back in. Hands and legs to ceiling. Fold it back in. So options now, ponytail off the mat, hands and legs to ceiling, and then reach long. Fold it back in. 6. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. Precision again. Hold on to your shape. Shoulders soft. Don't lose your ears. Last one. Woo. Ponytail to mat, knees to belly. Let's take a little rock. From side to side. From here, we're going to come into corkscrew. Ha. So, hands come down, thumbs to the edge of the mat. Release your shoulder blades onto the mat, turn the palms of your hands down, and just reach away in that long V so your collarbones separate. You've got space under your chin. And we're just going to send the knees tiny way towards the screen so you lift up the wall hip. We pull those knees in to the screen shoulder. Squeeze. We push them back down the screen side. We roll over the back of the pelvis. And we're going to exhale, pull the wall, pull them into the wall shoulder. Push them away. Roll over the back of the pelvis. There's your inhale. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, release away. Exhale, pull up. Squeeze. Inhale, release away. But if you want to now, the feet go away from you. You draw a big semicircle and you pull up through the side. We release down that side. We roll over the back of the pelvis. We pull in. But we could also pick up the tailbone and draw the knees into the shoulder. Roll down through that side. Sweep away. Come up. Might not be there for all of us. Don't worry if it's not. You are still using the same muscles. 2 more sets. Pull up. Roll it down with control. We got this. Let's go. Pull it up. Roll it down with control. Last set. Hugging the inside seams of those leggings together. Pull it away. Last one. Oh! Release it down. Let's put those feet on the floor. Let's find full body stretch. Go long. Open that front body. Really push your fingertips away from your shoulders. Now you can lose your ears between your shoulders. And you're going to point your toes down. Let's shoulder bridge it out. Let's open that front body now. So the hands come down by our sides. Walk our feet in. 1, 2. Take a little wiggle. Re-establish your rib cage to mat, your pelvis to the mat. Your balance between left and right, and that triangle. Big toe, little toe, heel. Let's go straight into it. Let's inhale, reach the tailbone away. Exhale, heel up. Through the back of the t-shirt. Start to float the front of your leggings, the front of your pelvis up towards the ceiling, opening that front body. We're going to float the arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale and back down. Hold the body still. Think about your balance now. Am I standing evenly in the soles of both feet? Again, up and over. Inhale. And exhale. One last one. Inhale, arms to the ceiling. Stay balanced. Exhale, bring them back down. Take an inhale and exhale, begin to melt down. Through spine. Ooh. Letting that t-shirt Release back down to the mat. Then the waistband. Then the tailbone. We're going to add some leg lifts, but if the leg lifts aren't for you, do your beautiful arm floats. Let's inhale. Roll up through the tailbone. Up through the back of the t-shirt into your bridge. Space under the chin. Reach the palms of the hands away. Let's float either one heel or the toes away from us. We're going to lift the leg up if it's there for us. Otherwise, we're doing 3 heel lifts. For 1, for 2, for 3. We're taking no prisoners this morning, are we? Slide that foot back into hip width. Roll down through spine. So you could have gone back to your arm floats. We've done one leg. We need to do the other one. Ooh, release that tailbone away. Reboot. Inhale, tailbone reaches away. Exhale, peel up through spine. Up into our bridge. Stand on the supporting leg. Really make it work. We float the leg long, or we come into 3 heel lifts, or we're in our arm floats. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. We got this. We're dancing like nobody's looking. Foot comes back to the floor. Rebalance. There shouldn't really be any movement because you haven't moved at all. We're going to roll down through spine. Beautiful. Just bring your knees softly into your belly. Take a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to roll onto our screen side. Forearm to mat. Pelvis to mat, knees forwards. So the option is to work from here with your pelvis on the mat, or you're going to come up into side bend. Okay, we're coming into rotation. So we're going to fold in and open out. So if it's not for you, supporting on the shoulder, you keep your pelvis on the mat, otherwise we reach long. We're going to inhale and exhale. But I want you to float further than neutral. So take the hand behind you and really open your front body. Inhale and exhale. 3 more. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. 2. Don't let that head drop. Keep your top ear elevated. Last one. Pelvis to mat. Reach that lower arm long along the mat. Reach the top leg long. Reach the top arm along your side body. We're going to float the arm up in the air. We're going to float the leg up in the air as though they're attached to each other. And release them back down. Float them up. Release them back down. Think about your movement. Think about the head of the arm bone sitting in the arm socket. Just one more here. Float it up. Float it back down. Hand to the back of the ear. Knees bent. Okay. Draw your t-shirt back against the wall behind you. Float your top leg up in the air. We're going to rotate the knee down to the floor for 1. Toes to floor, knee to ceiling. Try and keep that top elbow still. 2. Just 5. 3. 4. And 5. Awesome. Little stretch. Bottom hand comes in and hooks up that top leg. You've still got your hand behind your head, maybe. You're just going to pull that elbow back and roll onto the palm of your hand, onto the back of your fingers. Oh, beautiful. Let's unknot ourselves. Come on to side 2. Forearm. Knees bent. So the option, side 1, side 2, to stay here, or you lift up. Take the arm to the ceiling. So we stack from fingertips to elbows. We're going to inhale, roll it down. Exhale, open it all the way out. Oh. Inhale. Exhale. Really open your front body. Roll that top shoulder back. Let the head of the arm bone go heavy. Don't let that ear drop. Keep your top ear up, up, up. 2 more. And 5. Come down onto your side body. Reach the lower arm long. Send the top leg long. And the arm comes down along that side body. So there's no crease in the front of your leggings here. It's as though you've got a piece of string on your fingers attached to your foot, and you're going to float your foot up in the air. And really sit back down. Float it up. Really sit back down. Don't let that foot creep forwards. So there's a lot of work in the glutes and the outside of the hip. One last one. Pick it up. Bring it back down. Bring your fingers to the back of your neck. Knee to knee, foot to foot. Float that knee up in the air. Bring the knee down in front and the toes down behind. Roll the head of your femur in that hip socket. 3, 4, and 5. Lower arm comes down. We could cut that top leg. Hug it in towards you and then pull the elbow back. Your fingers still connected with the back of your head. Deep stretch through the front of the shoulders. Let's bring ourselves into a little stretchy bit. So we're going to come onto our bellies. I want you just to push into your forearms, or into the heel of your hand, sorry, and just begin to peel your ponytail up in the air, but with no real agenda in your front body, just drop into it. So you really feel the front of your hips open. Maybe take a little wiggle here. Just let it go. Let's breathe. And then softly lift your tailbone, push up onto all fours. So don't move your hands now. They're too far away from you to come into your rest pose. We're going to get a stretch through the front of our shoulders here. So you want you to push down into the heel of your hands. Settle your tailbone as low as you can, but almost creep your fingers a little bit further away from you, and then it's as though you're dragging the mat towards you. We're going to walk our hands back towards us. We're going to sit on our heels with our toes tucked under if it's there for us. And just take a moment there. Interlock your fingers now. And just draw your chin to your sternum and pull. Pull, pull, pull. So your shoulder blades separate and you've created an O shape with your arms and your upper back. Then release. Thumbs stay uppermost. You can release your toes at any time. Just got a double stretch going on. We're going to pull back with the thumbs uppermost. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Open that front body. And then release your toes now. You're going to interlock your fingers behind your back and fold your chest down onto your thighs. Once you've got there, pull your hands up towards the ceiling. Release. Let's come seated and onto our backs. We need to do a little bit of work into our hamstrings before we finish. Good. Let's roll down through spine. Straighten both legs. Full body stretch. And then walk your screen foot in towards you. There's the option to bend your wall leg as well. So if you need to, just bring that wall foot to the floor. Otherwise, we're going to bring the screen leg in towards us. Send it long to the ceiling. You've got your hands on your hamstrings. It's soft at the moment with your shoulders. Just let your head rest on the floor. Stretch that leg as long as you can, as much length in the back of the knee as you can create. Remember that other leg can come to the floor. So if your hamstrings are tight, you'll be much happier here. And then we're going to pick up our ponytail and we're going to walk our hands towards our foot. Just pick up. Try and keep the other leg on the floor, foot on the mat, or leg long. Really pick up. Then just draw your toes towards your nose. Smile as you do it. Ooh. Let's soften the ankle. Let's walk the hands back up the leg. Bring that ponytail to the mat. Same leg, draw it in towards your rib cage. And then shift it a little towards your shoulder. And then release the wall hand. So you're taking that wall hand to the mat and we're going to pull the knee wide, but we've got both hips still on the floor. Let's bring that knee back over the rib cage. Switch hands now. So your wall hand comes to your screen shin. Your screen hand comes out towards the screen with the palm down. We're going to leave that screen shoulder where it is, but we're going to pull the screen leg away from the screen and find a deep twist. Hoping you're all with me. We've done this before. It's not new. So gently release. Come back to center. Let's send that screen leg along the mat and give it a good old shake. Rebalance, reboot. And then your wall leg comes up to the ceiling. And again, one side's different from the other. Then you might want to plant that screen foot on the floor. Hands to the hamstrings. Let's just take a moment to allow the hamstrings to lengthen. And then when you're ready to start walking your hands towards your foot. Bring your toes to your nose. Soft shoulders. Space between the collarbones. Open neck. Release the toes to the ceiling. Walk the hands back. As you do so, begin to bend the knee and draw that knee in towards your rib cage. Once it's settled, take a little shift and bring your knee to your shoulder. You just feel a shift in the stretch. You might feel it, or you might feel it anywhere. You might feel it on the opposite side. Then let's release the screen hand to the mat and let's just pull that wall leg towards the wall, but keep the hip on the floor. Come back through our center. Switch hands. Wall hand comes to the mat. And we're just going to draw that knee across the body. Ooh, I can see rays of sunlight again there. I don't think it's blocking too much. We're nearly there anyway. Quite nice to see rays of sunlight there. Let's release back to our center. So you might want to bring the soles of your feet together. You might want to stretch your legs long, but we're just going to place our hands on our bellies. Again, one hand on top of the other, or fingers very softly interlocked. Just settle into your space. Find a position that you're comfy in. Let's gently find that box breath. So you're going to breathe in, hold, and then breathe out and hold. So let's take a deep breath in. Just hold that breath. Breathe it out. And again, hold. Try and soften your eyes behind your eyelids. Take an inhale. Let the back of your head go heavy. Let's exhale that away. Exhale into your back body. Hold it there. Let the rib cage go heavy. Take an inhale. Take the focus to your pelvis now. Just feel a connection, and then as you exhale, let your pelvis melt into the mat. Legs and arms. Let's take an inhale. Just find those extremities, your fingers, your toes. And then as you exhale, you're going to release right down from your shoulders and your hips to your hands and your feet. Let it go. And inhale. And exhale. Just one more circle here. Let's breathe it in. Allow your breath to gently come back to governing itself, really, and walk your feet in 1, 2 to the mat and pop. One hand behind your head as you roll onto your side. That really is a lot of sunlight. Take a moment there. And then very gently allow your eyes to open. Oh, thank you. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let's take that little last fold so the crown of your head softens down.